So I was single for a real long time. And I gotta tell you, it freaking hurt. Okay. Let me explain to you. You ever been walking through the house and you hit that little toe really, really freaking hard? Imagine that pain every day for 8 years straight. You just walking through the house like single life is not so. Oh my God. Ah! Oh my gosh, I just did it again. Woo. I got to stop drinking so much and make better dating decisions. Woo. And I tell you, another thing,
20.
did you know that if you're single for too long, you develop side effects? Yeah, it's crazy. Some of them include always being the third wheel.
Then
people feel sorry for you. They try to hook you up with a weird cousin. And lastly, you really hate the fact that all your friends are dating and you just want them to break up. I'm telling you. And you got to be real careful out here dating too, because people be lying. Picture it. You in a restaurant. Your date gets up to go to the restroom. You immediately become a crime scene investigator. Start dusting off the silverware for prints and putting food that they ate in the bag for DNA. They come back to the table and you play it off. You invite them back to your place for some drinks and a lie detector test. And then, we got online dating, which is kind of like Amazon. I call it Amazon for people, except for there's one huge difference. With Amazon, when it shows up on your porch at 4 a.m., you don't have to get a restraining order. The biggest thing that I hated about dating is the person shows up, they don't match the profile. So now I'm confused and I got to go check my browser history. I'm trying to figure out if I met this person on Bumble, Match, or catfish.com. And that pretty much sums up my dating life. Those were some dreadful experiences. They're right up there with eating anything made from tofu, kids' parties at Chuck E. Cheese, or finding out that your grandmother has a very lucrative OnlyFans account. That's just gross. And so, I decided after this period that I called sport dating that I would get married. That would make all my problems just disappear. Now, we all know that marriage is an institution, but I apparently thought it was some type of sorcery or a magic trick. And when you get married, you're standing up there and you say, I do a lot. But when it's for all the wrong reasons, you quickly realize that you don't, you can't, and you probably shouldn't. And it leads to divorce, also known as, here's your heart back. The judge said I could keep your stuff. And, like a lot of vets, I suffer from PTSD. My condition, it causes me to talk about all my bad experiences in Spanish. Just the other day, one of my coworkers was like, hey, Will, how many times you been divorced? And I replied, uno, dos, tres. But my current marriage is a lot different from the previous ones because I could talk about this one in English. And I read a whole bunch of relationship books too. The first one said, don't be an idiot. Okay. And the second one, it also said, don't be an idiot. And I said, oh, wow, it's about time I try something new. And then the last one, it introduced me to this revolutionary new technique, something that it opened my mind and it changed my life. And I know to do the same thing for you. Did you know that communicating with your spouse was a thing? It's a thing that people actually do. And one last nugget for you guys. A few years ago, there's this interview with this relationship guru. I mean, this guy was smart. He was on it. I think he had his PH element OP. And during the course of this interview, he got asked this one question, and the way he answered, I will never forget. During the interview, they said, sir, in your expert opinion, what is the leading cause of divorce? He smiled at the interviewer, and you know what he said? Getting married.